80s. I mean, it's night and day. Yeah, it's just night and day.
Well, but I mean, how? We don't, most of us don't live here, so we don't know.
An analogy I would give you, and it's probably this way for adults, 25 years ago, if people had, I'm talking in general terms, people had too much to drink and they were driving, you know, I mean, number one, it wasn't nearly, at least I don't recall it being something people are aware of on a national basis. Now we are, and we're a lot smarter now. But, you know, in the old days, people, hey, get in the car, I'll take you home, leave your car here, and, you know, it doesn't happen anymore. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't. I'm not advocating for, you know, people being allowed to drink and drive. That's not a good thing. So, you know, it's just, I think law enforcement is different, and I don't have any problem with that. That's just the way it is.
Adam Robinson called a high-profile press conference in the middle of the state and talked about how he wanted to return to the program. Have you had any conversations with Adam, and is there any chance that he could return in time?
I spoke with him when we got back from Arizona. I can't give you the exact date, but I spoke with him, and I haven't spoken with him since that time. We're supporting him academically right now. And, you know, my goal is for him to get his degree.
Does he have any opportunity to rejoin the program in the future?
I really haven't given that much thought. You know, I've been kind of focused on the guys that were with us in Arizona.
How do you look at the situation at defensive line? You lost a lot of good ones there.
You know, it's similar to what we did, I think, what we went through last year at the offensive line. You know, we had a good group. If you look at the guys that graduated between 2008 and 2009 up front for us offensively, include guys like Bruggeman and Olson, and then, you know, the next year, Balaga, Dace, I'm probably leaving somebody out, Olson, I'm leaving out. Rob, yeah, Eubanks. So, you know, we had lost two pretty good classes there. And I think it's kind of similar here. You know, we got two outstanding leaders with Mike Daniels and Broderick Benz, you know, coming back. They both played well for us, and they'll certainly be the guys that we start with. And I think we've got a lot of interesting players. I can envision us probably playing 6 to 8 guys next year as opposed to we were pretty locked in with 5 this past year. So I think it's, you know, we're looking forward to the competition, see how the guys do.
At the weak side outside linebacker position, it seems to be you have players of maybe different types than you've had in the past. Are you know, is it more about the players you have, or are you trying to evolve a little differently on defense to?
You're thinking about like where Shane DeBona is and
yeah,
Hitchens and Kirksey. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a little bit, you know, the way we're built, the Leo position, the one where each played, LeVar, Grant Steen, that's a little bit different. All that's changed a little bit with offenses right now. It's really kind of like both outside guys have to be able to play out in space because of what we see for the most part, not every week, but for the most part. So that position's evolved a little bit, but it's still, you know, I think if you look at our roster right now, Tyler, Kirksey, and Dakota Getz are probably best suited for that Leo position, whereas the other position's a little bit more of a, you know, mixed bag, if you will. And then the middle linebacker position, I think James Morris probably physically could handle any one of those 3 positions, whereas Bruce Davis is more of an inside player. You know, he's more of a middle linebacker type guy. So, long story short, you know, we're going to look at the guys in different positions, combinations, and just see how things materialize as we go along.
Does that maybe come out a little bit out of the Insight Bowl and the defense you guys ran? You guys got creative, I mean, with personnel and.
Yeah, you know, we were grabbing and reaching in that game.
Right.
I think I threw for about 600 yards. But, yeah, I mean, we're using what we had. You know,
right.
Some guys injured too. Certainly, you know, losing Tarp affected us last year, and then when we lost Tyler, and there's two guys we were counting on to be pretty good players. So that really kind of stretched us to do a lot of things. But you know, I think at the end of the day, we're just eager to see where these guys are after 15 practices, and I think we'll be okay. We're keeping an open mind right now.
Yeah. Is there anything roster-wise now? I mean, you look at you're trying to fill 2 defensive end spots basically.
Now, one end, you know, Benz will be out there. On the
right.
side.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Did I say I meant 2 defensive line spots?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But is there anything that would, you know, you guys would creep away a little bit from the 4-3, or is that just set in stone? That's never going to change.
No, we're not planning on that. No, I mean, you know, to play a 34, it's one thing to do it in passing downs, but if you're going to do it every down, I guess you could say Carl Davis, you know, kind of fits that mold. Usually you have one of those guys that's,
Right.
you know, bigger than the door. We're just not built that way. That's a whole change of philosophy, so really, that'd be a big change for us.
How's Carl Davis progressed?
I think well. You know, he's one of the kids too that we probably could have, you know, inched him along last year and thrown him in there a little bit. We talked about him a little bit in August, and he and a guy in the offense were kind of in similar category. We decided to hold him back, and I think that'll be a good thing. But we're expecting him to be in the mix.
Was that other guy in offense, Sheriff?
Yeah, could have been. Yeah. He's a candidate.
Is
So we'll see.
just the way that Micah Hyde looks with the football in his hands, is there any idea of having him return or?
Yeah, no question. And, you know, when he's running back against Michigan State, I was thinking about maybe offense even, you know, but, yeah, we need him on defense, obviously, so he's really done a good job there. But that was something he showed in high school. He did a nice job with ball skills in high school, quarterback. I think it was a big 33 game. He ran back a punt or a kick, I can't remember which it was, but, and quite frankly, the fastest I've seen him run, two fastest times I've seen him run right now are, you know, the Michigan State and Missouri game. So, but you know, he's a good young player. We're really excited about him.
Sean Trader had the opportunity to go pro if he wanted. He elected to come back for his senior year. What does having him back do for you guys in terms of like the leadership he can provide and on the field?
We're really, yeah, we're counting on Sean to really play well, which I know he will. He loves to compete, loves to practice, and then the other part is certainly we're counting on him to be one of our leaders back there. And right now, he and Mike are the only two guys that have really played extensively. So. That's something I think he's looking forward to. I don't want to say that was the only reason he came back, but I think that was certainly something he was thinking about, not only in the secondary, but our entire defense and our team. He's got the attitude you're looking for. He's just a very energetic, you know, positive, upbeat guy on the field. Anywhere you see him, that's how he is.